Hey y'all, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I am here with a love reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just a general love reading, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read. But before we get to that, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. To all of my returning sunflowers, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you and honored for the opportunity to read for you. If this does not resonate, please check out my other readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, your other signs. You're not just your sun sign. If you don't know your other signs, you should look up your birth chart and figure out what those are, because it's more about the energy that you're in right now than just your sun sign. Okay, so we start today's reading with the Ace of Pentacles and the Devil. Ooh, seductive, tempting energy. But remember, all that glitters is not gold. Not everything that everybody is offering you is actually worth your time, your attention, your love, all of those things. Whatever this is for you, whatever this Ace of Pentacles represents with this Devil card here, which is your energy, Capricorn energy, I feel like it's attached to some sort of illusion that you might have. The reason why I say that is because we also have the Ten of Cups here. The Ten of Cups talks about having that family, that love, that overall emotional fulfillment, not just for yourself, but for all the people around you and your loved ones and the people closest to you. It's like kind of the rainbow in the sky and the gold at the end of it. It's like this energy of all of your dreams coming true. So whatever this offer is that came through for you, because this is kind of like the immediate past energy, whatever this offer is or was that came through for you, it's something that's attached to some sort of fantasy that you have about connecting with someone or reconnecting with somebody. Okay, there was a decision that you made that this was unhealthy for you, that this wasn't good for you, that this is not something that you wanted to continue in your life, and you were resistant to it. You were resistant to the temptation or to the offer being brought to you. Even before the offer, you had already decided, based on what I can see, you had already decided that this was over. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, because you needed some time to heal. The Star Aquarius energy. You needed some time to heal. You decided, nope, I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is too painful. It's too hurtful. It's too harmful to me. It's too detrimental to what I'm trying to create or the fulfillment that I desire in my life. And I have to let it go. And then this person pops up, or they come back into your life in a way that would suggest, oh, I'm ready. I'm here. I want to be committed to you, or I want to give you some part of this dream that you desire. But to me, it feels like an illusion coming from them, right? I feel like, oh, there was something that just came to me. So it's like your dreams in their mouth turn to ash. Okay. When they tell you what it is that they're willing to do for you or how they're willing to fulfill your dreams, it turns to ash. There's nothing real behind those words. There's nothing that they can really offer you, because you've already realized that this person is somebody, like I said, who is not healthy for you. They seem to appeal to you when it comes to some sort of superficial aspect of relationship. And what I mean by that is they might be a lot of fun. They might like to party. They might like to drink. They might like to do drugs. There's no judgment here. Do your thing, right? As long as you're not hurting yourself or somebody else, right? But I feel like they are tempting in that sense. It's like they are somehow attached. And this was a very similar energy to the Pisces reading that I just did. They're somehow attached to your idea of fun, to your idea of adventure, to your idea of socializing. Somehow they create some sort of joy or enjoyment just by giving you that aspect of things. But it looks very shallow. It looks very surface level. It looks very superficial. Okay, they might be very emotionally or mentally or even financially immature. This could be somebody who doesn't really have much more than that to offer. Okay, much more than the party, much more than the fun, much more than the sex. They may not have much more than that to offer. And I feel like they're coming through and they're offering you this pinnacle, which feels so tempting for you, because maybe this, like I said, is attached to some sort of dream that you have that might even involve them. This dream might have even been built around them, okay? And you kind of adapted it to just be your dream after you realize maybe I need some distance here, or maybe this person isn't healthy for me. They're basically trying to reinsert themselves into your dream because they want to continue having access to you. They want to continue being on your mind. You might even be like losing sleep over this because you're not sure what you want to do. Nine of Swords. This is the energy of being stuck in kind of a mental prison, obsessing over something, over analyzing something. It's also the energy of regret and remorse and all that kind of stuff. Maybe the regret and the remorse might be tied to, well, what if this time was the time that they were going to get it together? Or what if this time was the time that we could be happily ever after? But you have to remember what it is that they're offering you. It's a seduction. It's a temptation. It's never going to be what it is that you truly desire. If what you want is honestly true love, meaningful connection, I don't necessarily feel like you're going to get it from this person. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't feel like you're going to get it from this person. I'm not just sitting here making these things up. This is just based on the energy that's coming through for me right now. I don't sit here and just say stuff that I don't see or say things that I don't feel. This is not me telling you how to feel either. The way that the reading ends here with this Four of Cups energy is like, no thanks, I'm good. This person excites you. There might be aspects to their personality that you really, really enjoy. They might be the life of the party. They might always bring the fun and bring the energy and that sort of thing. And now it's getting old, okay? You might be at a stage or place in your life where you realize that maybe this behavior that you're partaking in, or even being in relationship with this person, in connection with this person, is a bit harmful to you. And maybe it's time for you to step back from that connection. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords, okay? It is what you make it. It is what you make it. And what I mean by that is, like, if you continue making the same choices, your life will become the choices that you make, okay? We have the Temperance card, which is Sagittarius energy here as your overall energy. There's something about your healing. There's something about your healing here where you are going to be responsible. Like, this is really the most difficult part about really leveling up, changing your life, upgrading, getting out of the same old bad habits with the same old people, doing the same old stuff and the same detrimental, harmful, destructive cycles. The hardest part about it is realizing that you're the one who has to do it. You're the one who has to choose not to engage. You're the one who has to choose not to indulge yourself in whatever this person is offering. You're the person who has to decide that the temptation, yes, tempting. I would love for it to be something real behind that. I would love for this to be a real tangible offer, but because I know that it's not, because I understand that this person is not healthy for me, I'm going to have to decline. I'm going to have to move on. I'm going to have to decide for myself what's good for me. Okay? That's the hardest part, because maybe you really do care about this person, and maybe your desire, your dream that might involve them is really important to you. Maybe there are aspects to this connection that maybe this isn't all unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that they're the worst person or the most evil person in the world in order for it to not be healthy or right for you. But I just need you to acknowledge that this person might be still in a place that you're trying to grow from. And continuing to allow people like this to have any kind of influence or control over you is just an excuse for you to not claim your power and claim your responsibility in changing your own life. If you want to be a victim, you want to float down the river of, oh, I can't control myself when I'm around them. And it's just like, well, if you know that to be true, then don't be around them. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to like really understand the role that we're playing in creating the relationships that we have around us, the relationships that we're sustaining. It's important to understand that while you don't have to cut everybody off or cut everybody out, and you don't have to be a cutoff queen or a cutoff king in order to live a successful or happy life, it's important for you to realize that just because something feels good in the moment, just because it appeals to you in an instant gratification or a temporary satisfaction kind of way, doesn't mean that it's good for you. And if you know that you're in the place where you can't moderate these things for yourself, continuing to spend time with people, continuing to entertain people, continuing to be in communication with people who encourage you to live out of your lower energy, to live out of your base desires, to live out of your desire for instant gratification, then you're going to suffer needlessly. Then you're going to create your own destruction. Okay. You realized that it was time for you to make a change, to make a choice, to do things differently. You decided to withdraw. And now there's someone here tempting you back into a life that you've already decided that you're going to walk away from. The choice is ultimately yours. I do see you understanding that it's important for you to walk away, but more so than that, I feel like you might even indulge and then realize that it doesn't hit the same. Okay. And if that is the case, then I think that that's going to be maybe a final wake up call. I do see that if this involves drugs or something, it's going to be a really negative experience that's going to leave you feeling really drained or depleted or something. You know what I'm saying? If this involves like some sort of party aspect or some sort of something that has any kind of impact on your physical health, you're going to feel it. Okay. If you decide to indulge in this, if you decide to go forward with this when you know it's not healthy for you, this is something that you already have established is not healthy for you, is not in your best interest. If you move forward with this, you are going to feel it. Okay. Some of you have such hard heads, and I'm hard headed too. Lord knows I cannot deny that. So I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to tell you the truth, right? I'm here to be honest with you. Some of you guys are so hard headed that when you see something coming your way that you know you should avoid, you think, well, I'm strong enough. I can handle it. And you end up falling right back into the same trap. It's not about being weak or being strong. It's about using your discernment. It's about being mentally strong. It's about being able to say, I don't have to keep falling in the same trap simply because I know I can recover. It means I have enough discernment that I can just avoid the trap. Do you know what I'm saying? That's real wisdom. That's real discernment. Not saying I can fall into this trap and I'll live, I'll survive, and I can heal myself. It's saying I'm just going to avoid the trap altogether because I know what it looks like. Okay? I'm going to clarify this Nine of Swords here. We have the Two of Swords. It fell, but that's what it is. We have the Two of Swords here. Yeah. Okay, so with the Two of Swords, we also have the Six of Wands. What this is telling me is that there's something that you have to embrace as a simply logical decision. Okay. And why that's important is because oftentimes we confuse ourselves into thinking that making the right choice is always going to feel good, or it's always going to feel like, oh, I did the right thing, or we're always going to feel validated, or we're always going to feel happier or more free or more emotionally connected, whatever. We tend to attach feelings to the decisions that we should make when really this should just be ultimately a logical decision. You don't need to be emotional when making this choice to distance yourself. It can be logical purely. You can say, this is not good for me. I'm distancing myself from this. You can acknowledge that you have feelings for it. You can, even if this is a person or a relationship, you can acknowledge that there are feelings there. You can acknowledge that there's an emotional attachment there, but that is not worth your time, your effort, your energy in continuing to invest in this. Okay. And like I said, the Nine of Swords is a card of hospitalization. So if this involves some sort of like physical, something that has some sort of effect on you physically, or being around this person, you might partake in activities that affect you physically. You need to be really careful. Okay. You need to be really careful. We also have the Six of Wands. This is what's telling me that making a purely logical decision in this situation, understand that 1 + 1 does equal 2. You know what I mean? Having destructive or detrimental relationships in your life does create your own detriment and destruction. 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that you have to make a purely logical decision and moving forward like that. Moving forward in the Six of Wands energy, knowing that you're going to do what's best for you. I do see you doing that. I do see you doing that. So if you feel like you might be wavering, even after you've already like kind of made a decision before this offer was put on the table, if you feel like you're not sure about your resolve, or you're not sure if you can do it, or you're not sure if you can see this through or commit to this path, right? Commit to this journey, whatever this journey is to you. It might literally be sobriety, right? It could be literal sobriety. You can do this. You are strong enough. You have enough will. You have enough resolve. Don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to be better? Don't you want to offer more to the people that you love and care about? Don't you want to realize this vision that you have for your life that does not involve anything self-destructive or harmful? There are so many things that you're going to have to unlearn on this path. There are so many things that you're going to have to tune into and tap into, that inner will, that inner strength that you do have inside of you. You can overcome this, and you will get to a point where this lifestyle, this person, this relationship, this dynamic, whatever it is that they're offering you or tempting you with, will no longer be interesting to you, will no longer have the emotional hold on you, and you'll no longer be emotionally attached to it because you'll be more committed to creating that vision of love. This is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll be with you next time.